Holdings. It is truly my pleasure to welcome all of you to this fabulous day and a fabulous show that we have lined up for you. So firstly, of course, a big thank you for taking our time to be with us. It means a lot to us. So of course, as I said, we have a great show lined up for you here today. But before all that tech talk happens, let's talk a little about magic. Now magic, you say, that's something, we used to believe in while growing up. Not anymore. But no, you couldn't be further from the truth. You see, as adults, we believe in magic. And we hope for it more than you can even imagine or realize. Let me give you a few examples. So, the Indian cricket team, that's something we all watch, right? So imagine that they're kind of stuck in a tough spot. Say like 10 runs and 2 balls. We are hoping for something extraordinary to happen at that point. Or when you're at a concert and you're really hoping to go backstage and get some autographs, you are hoping for some magic to happen. Maybe after a job interview or before exam results, we're all hoping that something extraordinary happens. And something we can relate to on an everyday basis, something I can relate to just this morning, is being stuck in a jam. That's when you really hope the roads clear up and something extraordinary happens. So ladies and gentlemen, in this, something extraordinary does happen. It happens all the time, and it can happen at any place. And this extraordinary is our magic. So you see, we do believe in magic. But when those magical moments come across, what do we all want to do? What do you want to do? Or you, sir? Or me? Well, we all want to pick up our phones and capture that moment. We want to have that moment with us forever. And we want to capture it perfectly, don't we? Because these moments, you see, they have a tendency to happen any place. It could be daylight, it could be candlelight, it could be any place, any time. The point is, we want to capture them just right, capture them perfectly. So, now that you do believe, that we do believe in magic, let's create some magic on stage. So now, ladies and gentlemen, on this note of magic, and of course to talk about our quest for magic in our everyday lives, it is truly my pleasure to welcome to the stage Mr. Lin Chin, Global Vice President, Transient Holdings. Welcome, sir. We look forward to hearing about Transient Holdings and of course about his journey.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lin King, the Vice President of Transient Holdings. Firstly, I'm so happy to have you here to attend the launch of TECHNO Camel Eye, our new product series. Please give me the honor to, for a few minutes, I will introduce you about Transient Holdings. Transient Holdings is a global company which we are operating business in over 50 countries. Our vision is to become a global mobile communication provider for the emerging market with all the loved, respectable, and preferred products and services. For the past years, we are now have a market share of over 38% in Africa region. And from 3 years back, we came into Southeast Asia, South Asia, Middle East, and all other areas. To announce, after the launch of April 2016 of our brand ITEL, we are happy to say ITEL overall is the top 3 mobile phone brand in India market. By this opportunity again, I would happy to give my appreciation to all of our team members, to all of our partners from the market, and to all of my friends from the media, from all the stakeholders. Thank you very much. It's an achievement for all of us. Our strengths. We are running over 50 countries with a team of over 10,000 team members. is a strong multinational company globally. We are a full value chain player. We have our own R research and development centers and also own supply chain. Globally, we have 3 research and development centers. One is based in Shenzhen, one is in Shanghai, one is in Beijing. And also for the manufacturing part, we have 4 manufacturing centers. 2 based in China, 1 based in Africa. And also today, I'm happy to say, following the Making in India strategy, our manufacturing plant in India has started operation 2 months back, which is based in Noida. Vision for India market, we want to become the large, respectable mobile phone brands for Indian consumers by supplying the unique products and services. 2 points I want to mention is, one is by multi-brand strategy, based on the philosophy of think globally, act locally. ITEL brand, we already know in the market, is launched April 2016. So far it's nearly close to 2 years. And it's running pan-India so far, and it's the top 3 mobile phone brand in India market. Happy to say, you can see ITEL brand was awarded as the emerging smartphone brand in Asia Pacific. By the journey of ITEL, you can see within 1 year's period, from the market size, got accepted from the consumers. And also from Q4 2017, we are setting up our strategy, has a strong tie-up with the telecom operators to enter a 4G area. We will start our journey for smartphones for a very fresh strategy. Briefly, Spice. Spice is a brand in India for a long time. And last year, in middle of last year, TECHNO Holdings and Spice Mobility, we set up a joint venture to relaunch Spice brand in India market. Our philosophy of Spice is we focus on to make sharing better. Infinix is one of our brands focused on online. We also launched middle of 2017 with the cooperation with Flipkart. One good response for the products is, for the few models we launched by Infinix models, we got rated all over 4+, which is a good response, I think. Oremo is our brand for accessories. We also supply charging cable, power bank, and also other accessories, including smart accessories in the near future. Right now, we are also expanding for over 10,000 outlets across the India market. And also the quality got accepted and good feedback from the consumers. Qadeer is a brand under TECHNO Holdings, which focused on service area. We see our products as our own baby. We care about our consumers. The satisfaction of our consumers is #1 thing. That is why we run the service by ourselves. Globally, we have like over 1,000 touch points, and in India, within 1 year's time, we already covered like this touch point of 900. The key focus here is, first is like convenience for the consumers. Second is a fast service to the consumers. Now come back to today about TECHNO. TECHNO is our brand focused on the young generation in the market. And we launched I-Series, which is made for India in April 2017 by a pilot brand stage in Rajasthan, Punjab, and Gujarat, 3 states. After like 5 to 6 months, right now we have a presence of all India for over 30,000 retail outlets. Today is January 2018 already, and we are here to proudly announce our new journey of TECHNO in India market. One thing I want to emphasize is, for TECHNO brand, we offer a 111 service policy under car care brand. 111 means 100 days replacement, one-time screen-free replacement, and also 1 month extra service over the 12 months warranty. It's a strong claim from the brand of TECHNO. Okay, just now I explained about TECHNO Holdings by the multiple strategy, by the philosophy of think globally and act locally. Come back to the idea of India market. We have a special team called MICI, Market Insight, Consumer Insight. All of our products came from the study of the consumers in the market, India. We just bring what the consumers need, what the consumers prefer, what the consumers love to the market. So before the detailed product information, I will say a few points about the consumer needs. First, you can see, right now there is a higher resolution requirement for both front and rear cameras. And also, we find out the young generations, they are requesting the good camera performance for a low light area, or you can see in the night. Also for the young people from after 2000, for the millennials, they prefer video calls in any situation, video calls. So these are some of the key points we find out from the consumer needs. And also, like, they are not satisfied about the low RAM, and they need a stable and fast running operation system. By the new technology, we say the media content, multimedia content, the experience need a wide screen display. So all this part is only a few points of the consumer needs we recognize from the market, which will lead us towards the development of our new products. So, about TECHNO Holdings, thanks to all of our stakeholders, all of our team members, all of our friends from the media side, we have laid the foundation. And also, now, I'm happy to say it's the time for the explore and growth. So, thank you again for your attendance for today. I will give my time to my colleague. Thank you.
Customer wanting today. He's looking at a phone where the screen is big, but at the same time, it fits into the hand. It isn't clumsy. We, with our new range of phones, will be talking about a full view display that gives you more screen per inch, if I may kind of talk about that. What are the consumers looking at? A brighter display, a bigger screen size, an HD display to watch vividly, to get immersive. What are they looking at? Maybe a good viewing angle. This is true, but if you look at the right side, today consumers are not only looking at the brand, they're looking at the product, they're looking at the font value, they're looking at the design, they're looking at the ease, they're looking at practicality. So that is something that is very, very critical, and I think we will, while going forward, we will share with you how we've tried to take care of that. Apart from this, maybe a few other things. Yes, we do wait for that magical moment, and generally we wait for a moment which is bright to give us brilliant pictures. But what we can assure you is, with Cam on Eye, even low light will be as good as daylight. So that's something that we're looking at. Apart from that, we're also looking at providing, or the customer is looking at beautifying his or her pictures, because social is what is ruling. If I may kind of move forward, bigger RAM for multitasking, and at the same time an internal memory, because videos, downloads, pictures, all of that is essential. Moving forward, so what is Cam-on-Eye all about? Cam-on-Eye is all about the camera with a lot more outstanding features which help it become a great product. So, let's talk about the front camera. We have a 13 megapixel front camera. We have an aperture of f2.0. Generally, you will find a 4P lens in the front cameras for most of the products in this category. We are using a 5P lens. For the wider selfies, to get all of you together and click, we have an 80-degree wide-angle selfie. So that's something that we're talking about. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about boosted dual selfie flash. So for best low-light images, we've provided dual flash, which is the front LED flash and the screen flash. So that's something that we're providing for the front camera. Let's also talk about video chat flash. This is something that is kind of becoming very, very prevalent. I come from Jammu and Kashmir. My family, my folks are back there. If I want to chat with them, I use the video camera function, or I use the video calling function of my phone to make sure that I am in touch with them and I'm as personalized as it can get with them. And we also are looking at adjustable video flash. Let's move ahead. Beauty mode. I think I would want to talk about this a bit more. Since last year, we've been trying to get into the market with consumers, clicking pictures with them, understanding skin tones, understanding how the usage of the camera is, how it performs in various lighting conditions. And at the same time, we've tried to customize our software to suit the Indian skin tone needs. So that is something that we've kind of done specifically for India. Apart from that, a 13 megapixel PDAF rear camera is what we bring about with this product. So that you can capture memories that you really, really care about. And again, an f2.0, a 5P lens, a PDAF. Now let's talk about super rear flash. We, for the rear camera, have included 4 times the flash for better low light images. And apart from that, we've added in the software an algorithm which makes the photos look brighter, better, and look memorable. Now, let me also talk about something else. This is the year for us for a superlative camera performance delivery, but I would also say that whatever we launch, and I can confidently say that whatever we launch this year in terms of our products will all be full view display. So the entire range that comes further will be full view display. I think all of us know the journey of, I would say, the full view display across the years. Currently, if I talk about Cam-on-Eye, the screen, I would say the screen to the whole phone ratio is approximately 82.1%. So that is what we deliver. Let's talk about a 5.65 inch HD plus display with a wider field and in a compact body. I think that's the most crucial piece. I've never been able to handle 2 phones. I've never been able to handle one phone which is big in size. I need a phone that essentially makes it easier for me to handle, can get into the pocket and get out of the pocket easily, does not fall, does not make me look clumsy. So that's something that we've focused on, and hence the full view display is what we're talking about. Let's also talk about more space. Let's talk about enjoyment of content on more or a bigger screen. Let's talk about what's happening to content. With Geo coming in, with operators kind of looking at bundles in a way that is becoming crazier. The consumption of video content is so high right now that everybody is looking at a great screen to have an immersive experience. So that's something that we offer with the TECHNO Camo 9. Split screen experience, and with the 18:9, the screen actually enables you to do multitasking at the same time and makes sure that you do not miss out on, I would say, the clarity, or do not miss out on the essentials of each screen. So that's something that we will talk about. Let's talk about design. 134 grams with a 3050 mAh battery. I wouldn't want to claim the sleekest, but one of the sleeker phones available in the market. If I may talk about, the weight is 134 grams. It actually is 133.6 grams. That's what the weight is like. 2.5D curved glass, smoother edges, premium hand feel, and the bane for everybody is the hybrid slot. So I don't want to get bound by the hybrid slot. So we give you 3 slots, put both of your SIM cards, put the SD card, and use it the way you want to use it. Don't compromise. That's what we offer to you. And another thing that we should be talking about is the fingerprint. So it does come with the camera, great camera. It does come with a full view display. And at the same time, it does come with a fingerprint sensor, which can help you not only unlock, it can also help you capture images, accept calls, and just takes maybe a 0.15 seconds to unlock. So that's something that the fingerprint gets in. Let's talk about performance. Now, when you're downloading videos, when you're watching videos, when you're doing multitasking, when there is a split screen, and when you are downloading a lot of stuff, what do you need? You need the RAM, you need the ROM. So the RAM at, say, 3 GB, a ROM at 32 GB, powered by a quad-core 1.3 GHz, 64-bit. I spoke about the battery. I think I preempted it. It is packed with 3050 mAh. That stays with you the whole day. So in terms of not letting you down, the battery plays a great role in keeping you up and running at all points in time. Let's talk about our own layer called the iOS. It is essentially a layer over the Nougat 7.0, and it does help you in customizing a lot of things. Let's talk about the iCare mode. I read all my news, I read all my books on my phone. And I generally get time to read them approximately around the end of the day when the lighting conditions are dim. So I don't want the screen to be harsh on me, so we can use the iCare mode to read better. So that's something that we can do. Now this is something interesting, and I think we are the only ones kind of offering it together. It's a promise, it's a service promise called 111, where we are actually talking about 100-day replacement. We are talking about one-time screen replacement in 1 year, and 1 month extended warranty over and above our regular warranty of 12 months. So that is something that the product kind of brings in. Color variants. We are available in a midnight black. We are available in a champagne gold. We are available in a city blue. If I may kind of summarize, it's the TECHNO Camo 9, Android 7.0, 1.3 GHz quad processor, GSM, WCDMA, LTE, 152.2 mm, SERI 1.1 mm, 7.75 mm, display 14.35 centimeters touchscreen, resolution 1440 into 720, rear 13 megapixel, front 13 megapixel, 3 GB, 32 GB, GPS, Wi-Fi, BT, USB, G-sensor, ambient light, proximity sensor, and fingerprint, 3050 mAh battery, and available in champagne gold, midnight black, and city blue.
on the stage. So we've, of course, spoken about the Cam'I, and now it's time for us to hand the mic over to you, because I'm sure you have your own set of questions. So we shall be circulating mics around the audience. Please just raise your arm, a mic will reach you. Introduce yourself and put forth your question. Could we also have some more mics on stage?
Mishra ji, good.
Yes, could we have a mic to the gentleman on the first table?
Hello. Can you please tell me the price of this phone?
Aha, getting right to the heart of the matter.
We price at 8,999 for the consumers.
Just raise your hands, I'll make sure mic reaches you, ladies and gentlemen. So everyone is speechless and thoroughly convinced. All they want to know is the price. So they can get their hands on that product. Yes, we have some questions right there.
Availability of it also, like offline only. So we are purely an offline brand. We will not be available online. And we currently have, I would say, a width of distribution of approximately 30,000 outlets for TECHNO specifically as a smartphone brand. We present pan India.
Can you specify the processor details, which particular chipset you are using?
So we are on a MediaTek processor, and for details I'll connect with you maybe one-on-one to discuss the chipset details. We are on MediaTek for this.
Yes, could we have a mic to the lady?
Hi, I wanted to understand, why did you guys focus on a camera primarily on the phone? Is it because you see the market growing for this, or was there some other reason? Is your team excited about photography?
Thank you. And yes, we launched TECHNO by April 2017. And our philosophy we call think globally, act locally. The camera essentially can perform positioning based on the insight from the market, insight from the consumers. We have our team to go around across the country into different states and to have a one-by-one talking to see the scenarios of the daily life, how is consumers using their phones and what they are expecting, And yes, of course, among all the features, among all the functions, for example, like we have the anti-oil fingerprint, and we had, so far many of the local requirements. But among all this, we will still go deep. But one of the focus area, we will start from the camera side. This is from the requirements and the demand from the consumers.
I'll just maybe add a few things here. See, we see the other features mostly becoming hygiene. Yeah. So let me talk about the fact that I think we spoke about the fact that we'll have a full view display across the range that we bring in. So we're trying to make that a hygiene as well, because the world is moving in that direction. But as far as camera is concerned, I think let's look at, if you look at your slice of life in a day, how many times do we open the camera and how many times do we click? When we look at the retail, the first thing the consumer sees is the product, I would say the product design. The next thing that he looks for is opening up the camera. So if that is of so much importance, why should we not be focusing on it? And we have a dedicated R&D team that's focusing on it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So with this price, what's your requirement? I mean, the And the question is, the marketing strategy only in sector-wise, or it is across the country?
So the marketing activity, sir, we will start in a 7 to 10 days from now, and it will be pan-India. That is what we're getting into. We will be touching upon quite a few, I would say, media channels or media conduits. We'll be on TV, on radio, on digital. We may be locally on OH as well. So that is how we're trying to communicate to the consumer. We're getting into an aggressive burst this time around, and we will be doing a few bursts coming up in the year as well. So it will be a pan-India campaign, sir. I couldn't let you. Can somebody pass on? I think it's better answered by Mr. Lin, but I would just set the base for it. The fact is that we are looking at this year as actually our first year. The last year for us was a learning. If you ask me about numbers, yes, we have internal targets and we have numbers to reach, but I don't think it's only about numbers. Yes, and I'll just pass it on to Mr. Makuma as well, so that he adds on and tells you something about it and gives you an insight on it.
Okay, so I can understand this question. Yes, this is the beginning of we call the calendar year. So already, team, we are very excited because in the beginning of the year, we had this kind of the product, which are almost convincing us and also many good friends and consumers. So last year, as our SVP from HQ, Mr. Nicholas Chin said, we are the multiple brand platform strategy. And last year, our total shipment in India market, including feature phone, smartphone, reached 10% of the total market, which means almost around 27 million. So we know now we are somebody, but we should do more in the smartphone and good user experience. So based on our knowledge and our team, our expert, everyday discussion, hard work, we only define and design the product for India market separately. So this is why Kaimon I come. I stand for I, also India. So this is something. And also, for this model, it's just the beginning. Because you know, our total year, we cannot only start with only one model. So after this model, we have many models. Also has the camera advantage. His younger brother also come. His elder brother also come. So we're thinking at least we should take 10% of the smartphone market share. So this is our answer right now. Yes, thank you.
Sir, your R&D department have done a lot of job in this job. But as a battery, when we see the battery segment, how many standby timing and day? When we see it's very low, 3,000 something USA.
So let me answer that question for you, sir. In terms of battery that lasts you a rigorous usage the whole day, for sure. And we've tested the product. We know that it will last you a whole day at least with rigorous usage. Battery for us is another factor which has become a hygiene, but it is very critical to power your devices with the right, I would say, right capacity of battery. Let me assure you that none of our products will come with batteries which are not in line with the segment or the category. We will always be better in terms of battery, but we consider it to be a hygiene piece and it has to be available with a higher capacity in all of our phones.
Will there be any more questions? Yes, could we have a mic to the gentleman? Yes.
Hi, this is Junaid from Mobile Driver. I just wanted to know about the availability in the market for this model.
Okay, so just to give you maybe a perspective, we are already available in most of the markets, and we are expanding the footprint in terms of our retail. Like I said, that for TECHNO we are at 30,000 outlets. Our aim is to be at approximately around 25,000 outlets by the first week of February. but we are available in most of the markets right now. For this model, yes. It's already reached the market. Thank you.
So last question. Okay, so with that, it's a wrap.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Okay, so thank you, sirs. We have created a lot of magic on stage, and we've heard about everything that the Techno Cam and I can do, but we don't stop creating magic right now. The second half of today starts right now, so the only thing left which would make this day complete is if you could get your hands on a Cam Eye and see what it does in different light situations and in different settings. That's exactly what we have planned for you right here. To my right, in fact, to your left, our experienced soul. Ladies and gentlemen, get your hands on a Cam Eye. I can see everyone moving, that's great. Also, coming up, a riveting panel discussion led by Mr. Rajiv Makni himself, man who needs no introduction, our cell guru. He's going to be joining us ASAP, I hope. Yes, and after that, for those of you who are hungry, we have lunch right in the back. Thank you and have a great day.